currently noon. It's 104 degrees. Today's making movie day. These are my fourth pair of gloves. It's something new I'm trying. It's a fabric with a kind of a grippy neoprene. See if they wear better than leather or the just plain old cheap cotton ones I was wearing before. I think I've got an inspiration on this wall. I've got this curving around this way, and that's kind of recessed. What I have to do is go up to the wall. There's a kind of a dark spot, and that's where the sheets of corrugated metal have come down, and I've had to embed them down a little bit into the ground. I'm going to start there and kind of make rocks come in. They'll touch here, right on this kind of a flat stone, and that'll proceed inward, and then they'll come down to about here. So I'll have another return. It's going to go like this. That'll be the next level. Well, it's coming to the point where the rocks are all of a size that aren't fitting in very well. They're either too thick or too rounded, or they leave a lot of gaps. They just don't fit. I ran into a problem here. I had a rock in there that was just not sitting well. I couldn't put any rocks on top of it because they wanted to fall outward. So I had to backtrack a little bit, and I've got to redo this part. And then try to start this top row. That'll be the top layer for this particular area. And then I have to do another kind of return up to the top where it's the deepest over there. But it's just going to be hard to do. So continue on. Well, another pair of gloves gone. They didn't last very good. I think I'll just go back to leather. But the wall is coming together. Really, I thought yesterday it had beaten me because I just could not get this corner at all. But I started from scratch. Took out some rocks, put in some different ones, and then it seems to start working. And I've carried around all the way to the end. I don't know, I've only got one more layer going to go on this one here. And that's that layer right there coming around from the corner. One more layer. And then this grade's going to be a problem. So work it out when I get there. Well, it's coming along. I've excavated there to the fence. It's going to have a return like here. It'll be returning up there, so I have to excavate what's underneath all those rocks yet too. And then it'll be pretty steep because I really can't. This is the top of this. This here is the finished level, and I can't really go back flat. That pipe is still going to be there, and I know that's going to be in the way, so I'll probably just end up, instead of having flat ground here, I'm going to have to compromise and have a bit of a slope. Or, I don't know, maybe another layer? Don't know. This design is very fluid. Well, I said this design was fluid. It changed again last night because the problem is up at the top there where the steps are. It's kind of a problem to redo a wall, and plus I'm running out of rocks, and I've got to kind of conserve. I'm probably going to run out of rocks. I'll do what I can with what I have, and then I'll have to find some more. Anyways, where the original plan that I'd said last night was to do this kind of thing again up there. Come out from the fence and then do that kind of a shape. But that made it really hard up there, up at the top. I didn't know how to finish that off. And I'm still really not sure, but I think that was a harder way than something else. And so what I'm going to do is, I had already knocked this back here. I moved the soil. I'm going to come back a bit further. I'm going to come back to about here, another 2 feet, and maybe a bit more. And that'll be nice and flat to that distance. I'll build up the wall, and I'll just make a, come from the fence and then turn corner, go straight up toward the, up there. And then, I don't know, finish that wall somehow else. But what that gives me is a layer, a level I can walk on, and walk around the front, in front of the wall that's here, be a place to walk between this wall and the next set of rocks. The other thing is, that pipe is still a problem. It's really exposed there, and I'll just have to cover it with bark. But going up there, I know it ends about up here. That ends about here somewhere. And then it goes that way, and it goes underneath, it does some other stuff. So I still have to build the wall on this side of it. Build the wall on this side of it. So I have to take out this soil, find the pipe. That'll give me where the wall is going to be built. Then I'll go around that way. Then I can conserve what rocks I have as best I can. I think I got it figured out. I'm going to excavate here a little bit more. I'll come short of this a little ways. But all those boulders over there, they've got to come out anyway. So I think I'll line those boulders up, a couple of them here, right here. And that'll allow me to kind of make a step off the concrete there, so people can walk up into here without having to climb up the walls down there. Give an easy access point to this area. Yeah, I think that'll work. So this starts around here, the rock wall, goes around to that area, the boulders take over, and they'll finish that little part. I'll see if I can kind of bring that level up even a bit and make my first steps. Alright, so those boulders go right here, 3 maybe, 4. There's the pipe, or at least the conduit that holds the security wire. And that's all that I can see, so it's not going to be a problem. All the other rocks that I've got, and I don't think I have enough. Some still down there, there's a few over there, but I have to try to make them stretch from the fence over to where the boulders go. I got a pretty good start on this yesterday. I didn't run the camera because I just didn't think about it, but I got part of the first layer going, and I'm actually having not too much trouble finding rocks at the moment that are about the same height and that fit, but the base layer is usually the easiest anyway. It's the other layers that become a problem. So I'll continue on around and get to that part in the back, and I'm not sure what I'll do at that point because those boulders over there are too heavy for me to move on my own. So I have to shift gears and do something else until I have some help come by to help move them boulders. This is about as far as I can go on this one until I get those boulders put in here, because I don't know where to put the rocks up to. So I'll continue these layers, the next layer up. Before the battery died in my camera yesterday, I was filtering out the rest of that dirt, getting all the rocks and stuff out of it, and took all the rocks and all the other pile of dirt that I had up there, took it to the tip, got rid of all that, so it's nice and neat. And that's nice topsoil I can put in these areas, or maybe use out in the garden, and I can always get rid of it later if I don't need it. Today is making movie day, so this will be the end of part 8 when you see it.